Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello everybody and welcome back to Conversations with Cornelius. I am Cornelius. This is episode 127. Yay! I am very happy to be at 127. Today's guest said to me there a few minutes ago, she goes, "Are you not delighted that you're at 127? That's unbelievable." I was like, yeah, I am.
Sorry,
so now I'm like kind of going, yay. It's not like it's not a number that people celebrate, like 127.
Like I'd love to be number 130.
130 now,
yeah,
I'd be like,
good,
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
But 127 is just kind of a weird number, like.
Kind of, you butcher, you have a weird guess for the weird episode. Let's
weird,
go.
Yeah, that's
Bring
it.
Bitch.
Where am I? Thanks for asking, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm in the John Hume War Room. It is the 2nd of September, and it is, because the kids have gone back to school, it is beautiful outside. The sky is blue. There's a few wispy clouds there. The trees are starting to shed their leaves, and I am boring myself right now. And I had a great morning. It's Saturday as I do this podcast. And I had a great morning. I took the kids, myself and Noelle took the kids to a football match. Harvey was playing a game of Gaelic football this morning.
He told me a blitz.
A blitz.
Get it right. It's a blitz.
He played 3 games and he didn't go in goals for any of the games this time. He was in goals. He's been a goalie all year round. And this time he played outfield. Oh, yeah. And he
got a cut, he told me.
He got a
cut.
cut.
Was well into it.
Like his big thing was that he got stuck in and he got a cut. Now,
fair play to him.
He didn't get on the ball at all in any of the 3 games. I don't know where he got the cut from.
Doesn't matter. He has the war wound.
But I was loving watching him just run around and, get into his own world. In it. So there, he's 6. Or one second, how old is he? He's 6, I think. Is he? He's 6. Yeah, he's 6. Yeah, he's 7. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, he is.
Noelle.
Noelle. How old is our 6-year-old? He is. He's 7 in December, and like I was talking to one of the coaches, and he was like, Dave's his name. He was like, "Sure, we didn't play till we were 12," and I was like, "We didn't. We actually didn't. Like when I was like." Growing up, it started at under 12. GA started under 12. So you didn't kind of play until you were like 10 or 11 or 12. So I had him written off as absolutely not going to be lifting the Liam McCarthy after the match this morning. But now, in hindsight,
there's still a chance.
He's still 6 years starting before me.
Yeah.
And it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in something. So they say. It's a lot
Good
of
job
hours.
he has that 6 years though.
Yeah, he's got 6 years on me anyway.
Still time for you though.
Well, if I lost a bit of the weight, if I got both knees done, and if I had one of these full body transfers,
and hips, how are the hips?
They don't lie.
They don't
lie. Do you know what I mean?
True that.
No, they don't say a whole pile either. But they're not. My hips' lips are sealed.
Right.
The lips and my hips are sealed.
Good.
Where am I gigging tonight? Thanks for asking.
Where are you gigging tonight, Cornelius?
Thank you so much for asking.
That's no problem. Saturday night, 2nd of September. Where are you gigging
I'm in the Cocoa Club.
Oh, right. And where's that?
That's
upstairs in the Roundy?
Upstairs. How did you know?
Oh, because I'm a fan.
Oh, my God. I've never seen you there before.
No.
You just go when I'm not there, is it?
Well, bedtime's 7:30, so I can't.
Do you go to bed at 7:30?
Sometimes I do.
You
I put the small fella up to bed about 7:30.
Do you like to go to sleep then, though? Like
I love going to sleep. Jesus,
oh my God.
I love it. I used to be murder for like scrolling through TikTok and stuff, and I'm trying to, like a child, I'm trying to restrict screen time from like 10 p.m. on. So I'm trying to like put the phone away. I go into quiet mode on Instagram and all. And
do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I'm trying to. This is all now, since I'm an old lady now, so I'm trying to calm down.
You recently turned the big 40.
I did, yeah, big 40, yeah.
Big
40.
40. And how does that feel?
Oh, fucking thrilled.
Psychologically? Is it?
I'm thrilled. Can't you tell with the joy in my voice? I'm absolutely thrilled.
Psychologically, I'm fucking thrilled, alright?
But like, obviously, physically, I don't fucking look at I don't.
I don't.
I don't.
You don't. You don't.
Like, I'll put you in a headlock.
Sorry, what do I have to say?
I'll put you in a headlock.
Because I'll say it.
I'll
write it out.
I'll pull your beard.
Wait a second. I'll hold it. But like, yeah, I remember turning 40. I think it is a thing, all right.
It is. Now, I will say when I turned 30, I was worse.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought when I was 30, I had this thing in my head that when you turn 30, you're going to like, you'll be reading the Financial Times and you'll have big bucks in the credit union, like, and sure, fucking none of that happened, like, and it still hasn't happened by the time I'm 40 either, like, but you look at
I've never read the Financial Times in my life.
No, I haven't either.
Would there
Can you
be
spell it?
FIN
like, you don't need to.
ANCIAL?
Well done. My God. I'm the boss.
That's probably wrong, though. I mean, you're just going, well done there. You don't know, like. And I'm not going to Google it because it's probably wrong. But it's, it is, like, fucking, I'm very melancholy, like, in my 40s. I'm, like, thinking of death all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's, like, just thinking, do you know what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking of, not that I want to die, right? I don't want to die. But I'm just like, shit, I could die.
Well, you could, like.
People are dying in their 40s all the time. And a man dropped dead suddenly in his 40s.
But then again, you could walk out there and get hit by a bus, like. Your dog nearly killed me there a while ago. This morning I walked in the door and he mounted me, like.
Well,
no, it's understandable.
He's rabid.
Like,
if he bit you, you better get your shots.
Yeah, okay, right, noted.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the one and only Lorna, a.k.a. Lorzy Love. And the crowd go wild.
What's my name again?
It's Lorna, isn't it?
Yeah, but what's my Instagram name?
Is it Lorzy Love?
What is it? See this now for bad research here now, look.
Isn't it?
You know what? There's a Y on it, Lorzy Lovey. No, I let you off because people call me Laura. Some people call me Donna, and I'll still answer to it, so that's all right.
All right, Donna.
All right, John.
Is it Lorzy Lovey?
Lorzy Lovey, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I should just change it to Lorzy, and I did try before, but would you? There's actually another Lorzy in the world somewhere.
What?
Some bitch has that handle.
We need to find where this person is.
Take her out.
And take her out for a steak dinner.
Yeah.
And just
bribe her. Just be like, please, can I have your Instagram handle?
Lorzy Love wants to be Lorzy.
I just want to be Lorzy. I mean, it's so confusing because, like, I've been, like, in public and people go, oh my God, are you, like, Lovely Lolly? And I'm like, no, I'm Lorzy Lovey.
Oh my God, you're Lorzy Lovey?
Name?
I like Lorzy, but I don't like Lorzy Lovey.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. It's too hard. I don't know why I did that.
For those of you who do not know, Lorzy Lovey, I call you Lorna or Lorzy or what?
You're Donna.
Donna. I'll call you Donna for the purposes of the. You're Donna.
You're Donna, will do.
Well, Donna's here today, no, and I'll tell her she's in here now, and she's going to talk about some of the serious topics. We're going to start off with how to make a ham sandwich.
And you have to have good ham too, like breadish. I love breadish.
No, I'm a vegetarian, but I'll eat it for the purposes of
would have a bit of cheese. I've nice black and Charleville cheddar.
I wouldn't touch it. It would be kill meat or nothing.
The fillet of cheddar.
You could call it the fillet of cheddar. How are you?
We go very random, don't we?
It's random is just it's the way to be random.
Well, here you go. Like,
do you know what I mean?
Did you need a tutorial how to make a ham and cheese sandwich? You have it now.
Well, I actually did we go through it?
No,
we just kind of
let's keep that for the next.
Yeah, we don't want to be giving it all away.
Number 130. Here we come.
Well,
ham and cheese toasty.
Oh, have you had them in the air fryer yet?
No.
Else
I boiled an egg in the air fryer because I got an air fryer. I'm 40 now, so I get the Hornet air fryers. Right? Yeah. I got an air fryer and I boiled an egg in it.
I think people.
It's unreal.
I think people are fucking have lost their minds about air fryers. Like Noelle's inside there now. She made a toasted sandwich with an air fryer there during the week, and honestly, it was the topic of conversation in this house for 2 days.
You just don't get it. They're revolutionary.
What did they revolutionise?
They're unreal.
Why?
Because you don't have to turn on your oven anymore, right? Do you ever clean out the oven?
No.
Here we go. Well, there you go. Enough said. Mic drop.
Don't they just self-clean?
Yeah, that's called Noel. It doesn't just fucking self-clean the oven, but the air fryer is great.
I can tell you now, I'm 46. In my whole life, my whole entire life, I've gone without cleaning an oven ever.
Oh, sure.
Is that bad? Is that bad? Because like I've eaten a lot of dinners.
Does someone clean the oven, or you just don't clean the oven?
But I've lived in a lot of different houses, so I think maybe I've left the houses just before the oven needs to be cleaned.
Would the extra, I don't want to call it dirt now, like, but maybe call extra juices, maybe add to the flavour,
add to the aroma, and the yeah. I think
you're eating your Christmas turkey, you're going, my God, has this gone off? Do we leave the giblets in? And you're going, no, it's just the oven. Just adds that je ne sais quoi.
The giblets. Giblets is such a funny fucking word,
isn't it?
Go out of that old giblet. But yeah, air fryer. Is it healthy?
Oh, it's very healthy.
Is it?
Oh, listen, come here. If you're watching the calories, the air fryer is your best.
Is it? Seriously, no.
Seriously?
Because I am
Seriously?
a person who needs to watch his calories.
Stop it, you're not.
Thank you. You're a liar, but I love it.
Listen, stop it now.
Go on.
I won't have any of that talk now.
If I'm having chips now, right, for example.
Put them in the air fryer. They're much nicer. They're way crispier and everything. They're unreal.
And are they better for me?
They're absolutely better for you.
Than if I have them in a deep fat fryer.
Oh yeah, very bad. Very bad.
What about chipper chips?
They're all right once a week. You can have them as your little cheat meal.
Okay, all right, okay.
But air fryer chips are yummy.
Are they?
They're really good. They're really good.
What's the strangest thing you've ever cooked in an air fryer?
Well, my air fryer is relatively new now, and I can't actually cook. So I find the air fryer fantastic. What's the weirdest thing I've put in the air fryer? I didn't do it, but my husband tried to put a steak in the air fryer. And I thought it came out unreal, but he was like, oh, no, it's rotten.
But like, if you just put pepper sauce on it afterwards, then it's going to be nice, like, isn't it?
It probably would, yeah.
Yeah. Does it, like, I feel that it's just taking all the heart out of the food, like, do you know what I mean?
No, it's taking the fat out.
Yeah,
not
the heart.
No. They're lovely. Honestly, getting there. Yeah,
we have one. We have one.
It.
And Noelle made this kind of like crepe, kind of toasted sandwich thing the other night, and I have to say it was quite delicious.
See, there you go now.
But I was just after a bake as well, so like anything would have been, would have been nice under those circumstances.
Have it now, like, first thing in the morning. Right. You'll notice it. It'd be fantastic.
Did I sing the trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan?
Trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan.
Yeah. Hashtag immigration.
Oh dear. Oh gosh.
So these are what has been trending today. Actually, immigration is trending today. So let's talk off the top of our head on immigration.
Immigration.
Well, it's
immigration.
What's the difference?
M is
get out of here, and M is come in here.
M is I'm going.
All right, I'm immigrating.
Immigrating.
So immigrating is people coming in then,
here. And who wouldn't like to come here to this glorious land of ours?
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. Now, just recently, the VAT on everything went up there overnight. Sneaky fuckers.
13.5%.
Yeah. And the feckin' diesel. I saw a thing on the Facebook or something. 40 now, so I only look at the Facebook. And they said the diesel prices were going up. And this is how you know you're old. I actually went, Jesus Christ, come on, we get down to the garage there quick and fill up, right? No, did I do it? Did I fuck? Because it was 20 to 8 and I had to go to bed, right? But but I got petrol there a while ago, or diesel, and it's definitely gone up. Like, I mean, everything. The cost of living has gone crazy.
Why would you want to come in here with the cost of living?
Now, saying that again, like, the social welfare system here is a fucking joke. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there's people literally handed medical cards for this, that, and the other. I can't get a medical card because technically I earn too much. Like, whereas I don't think I earn too much. In fact, I have no money for the lifestyle I want to lead. But I mean, do you know what I mean? It's very hard to... I can't get a medical card. I can't get any help from social welfare. And I'm out working all the time. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like you're just constantly chasing your tail. You're just... So I'm going... I can't understand why people would want to come to this country, to be honest. The health system is a fucking disgrace.
Correct.
We treat our children... shocking. The elderly, shocking. So... Yeah. I don't talk about killing the comedy, like, but I'm like.
But no, you're making all good points. You're making all good points.
I don't see what's appealing about this country to go. Like, who's over now in Australia going, do you know what? I think I'll emigrate to Ireland.
Well, I'd say it's probably who it's appealing to is to the people that are coming from war-torn countries, you know, and like from all over the world. And I'd say it's very appealing to them, you know, to come in here and to be able to go to sleep in a safe environment and not be bombed or raped or fucking murdered in your sleep or shit like that. And today, like, and I feel exactly what you're saying because I'm the same. I work for a living. I pay my taxes. I fuck all money left at the end of the week. You know, like my dollar is taxed to death, and you know, there's. Sometimes you might have I might have a grievance about it, but then I'm thinking to myself, it could be like I live in my house when I go to
you have to look at the positives.
Do you know what I mean?
It could be way worse. It could be way worse without a doubt. Like,
we could leave the door open here at night and no one is going to come in. No, we don't. We lock it, so don't come near my house. But you know what I mean? Like, our kids go to school. We have clothes. We have food. We have electricity. So you have to be grateful for that.
Yeah.
However, you know, we're working, like, I feel a lot of people in Ireland are working to fucking tread water. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, living week to week.
Living week to week.
Week to week, that's the way we do it. Like, I'd love to be at a stage in life where I can go, oh, Jesus, I've loads saved down the credit union. I've all that for a rainy day. Like, my rainy day fund is seriously... I use that for holidays and stuff, do you know, if I'm being honest. and then you build it up again to try and get
And
your
then it
holidays
just
next
goes
year
then,
and stuff. And
yeah.
it just goes, or something happens, the car claps out on you, or there's always some unexpected bill or something. And I suppose that's the joys of being an adult as well, like, but it's just...
It is, but are we living beyond, as Charlie Haughey once said, our means? Because I'll tell you why I asked that question now, and I'm asking it more in a general way, not in a specific way. Because like when Noelle left her job there, we need to look at our lifestyle, you know. We need to look at it kind of through reality, like, you know. Before, like Noelle was working, she was making, you know, she had a very, very good job, making plenty of money. And I was doing okay with comedy, but we weren't watching our money at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were just buying coffees and getting diesel there now and getting an old bar of chocolate and a coffee, and I'd do a gig and I'd get an old takeaway, and then Sunday I might say to Noel, come on, we'll take the lads out for pancakes and shit like that, you know what I mean? And then like Noel might send me to the shop, you know, to do a shop, and I'd go to
that's the worst thing she could do, like,
send a man.
Super Value. You were going to say you went to Super Value.
That's where I go.
Get down to Aldi and Lidl there now, don't be...
Noel would say, how much you spend on shop? I remember one time, right, and when I think about it now, I'm embarrassed. I spent €240 on a shop.
What? Where did you go?
I went to Super Value, but I got like
Did you get all the posh stuff?
I got all the posh stuff, Lorna, but I was like, I fucking deserve this. I deserve this. This is
Look at you
this is
over there with
lockdown.
your fucking Super Quint sausages now or something, yeah, besides...
Well, I'm on fucking... Like, no, if Noelle makes something from scratch and we have it for 3 days, whether I like it or not.
Well, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, but we've had to trim...
You have to,
way back.
Yeah. And I think as well, you kind of...
We're still broke!
You're still broke.
Yeah.
But you know what I find as well, when you're trying to like even do healthy eating?
Yeah.
Fucking it
expensive.
actually costs more like to be healthy eating. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I do find that, and what I find as well, even this is such a mammy topic here now, right? But so when you're doing the shopping, stuff is going out of date way quicker. And I literally look at food that I'm throwing out and I'm going, that's a $5. I may as well be scrunching up a tenner there and throwing it in the bin.
Noelle's the same.
Yeah.
And Noelle would say something to me then, like she'd open up the fridge and she'd be like, there's sausages rotting in the fridge here now, you'd want to eat them tonight. Yeah. How am I going to eat something that's rotting in the make it more delectable to me, darling?
Well, if you went off and spent €240 on those sausages, bloody right you'd be eating them.
You fucking eat them, no
You'd
bother at all.
Bloody well eating them.
I don't know how the fuck we got onto rotting sausages now through immigration.
Yeah, don't come to Ireland, all we have is rotten sausages.
That's it. # legends.
Are you talking about me directly?
I am literally talking about you.
I partly guessed that, alright. Legends, like who's a legend? Who's a legend in your eyes?
Okay, that's a good question.
Donna from the block over here?
I actually think that's a great question to reverse onto me as well. Take the pressure off you. Who do I think is a legend? Jimmy Barry Murphy is a legend.
Is he?
Eyes of blue, 6'2". Jimmy Barry Murphy, we love you, we love you.
Who's he?
Who put the ball in the Limerick net? Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy. Who put the ball in the Limerick net?
Was it Jimmy?
Jimmy Barry Murphy.
Jimmy. Listen, if you talk sport to me, I'm just like, what? I just glaze over. I'm like, what?
He'd be a legend in my eyes.
I know the name, all right. Like, does he have a ball in the stick or something?
He was very good at the hurling, and he was even better at the football. And some people say he was better at the hurling, but I thought he was great at the ball.
Yeah, so he's a legend. So
he'd be a legend. Who else is a legend?
Daniel O'Donnell?
I suppose to some people he's a legend.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, he's doing ads for gas and everything now, like.
Yeah, like, I mean, does he need to be doing ads for gas?
But sure, why wouldn't he? Like,
has he not got enough money now, like?
I wonder, does he? Like, I mean, he lives in Ireland as well. He's probably struggling.
Yeah.
Do you think he has... I bet you Magella has a fucking air fryer.
Who's Magella?
The wife.
Go away. Are you telling me they don't deep fat fry their own fucking sausages?
Did you think Daniel was gay? I know by your face. I knew straight away there by your face. You were like, go away.
And I did never even... thought never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
I thought never crossed my mind. He's a married man, is he? Fair play to him. God bless him.
He's married, no, good while, yeah.
Yeah, fair play, very good. And Magella's the wife, is she?
Magella's the wife, yeah.
And she's all the time with the air fryer, she is.
She's mad for the... Well, I don't know her personally, no, but I'd say she's a dinger with the air fryer, yeah.
Fair play to her. Let's put Magella down as a legend.
Let's put Magella down as
a legend.
Magella
is the legend.
Anyone else?
All right, okay. Well, we have Jimmy now, and we have Magella. And I suppose I better pick an old woman this time, and then you could pick a man. So who would be Countess Markovic? She'd be a legend.
Who? Who that?
Countess Markovic. She was a badass bitch in the Republic in the rebellion back in the 1920s.
Is she Irish?
She was a.
Is she from Canada?
There
That's a queer
was
name.
a bit of Irish in her, all right. She was a stylish Irish, kind of a warrior, kind of a rebellion, kind of a great, like just a great leader within the Republican fracture when the good IRA were on the go. Like, do you know what I mean?
IRA,
the good IRA before the bad IRA were
yeah.
coming along.
Yeah.
So she'd probably be a legend. Her now or Janet Jackson, like.
Oh, Janet Jackson, yeah. I remember her old wardrobe malfunction.
For God's sake.
My whole.
A nipple. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, should we all have them?
I have 2 of them.
Some have 3.
Some have 3. Chandler had 3.
God help us. I'd say he was one of the, as in, like, if you're hanging up your
It didn't
keys.
fucking hold him back.
No.
When they on that Friends fucking show the whole time.
He's flying it.
He's fucking lifting.
There's my legend.
Janet and Chandler.
From Friends.
Chandler and
I
Janet.
tell you, fair play to anyone with a third nipple. Fair play to you.
Anyone out there with a third nipple, text into the show with a picture of your nipple and you'll win absolutely fuck all.
But you can hang your keys off it.
we might hang a key off it and take a photo of it. Hashtag viral.
Viral.
Yeah, these are just words,
Viral.
really.
Hashtag viral. What's gone viral now recently? God, I don't know. Haven't gone viral in a long time. I'd want to be pulling the finger out.
Yeah, I need to start writing some more sketches now as well. Just a summer, like.
There's a few. Do you know what now really goes viral? Is I think like for like songwriters and stuff. If you can get your song on TikTok, and you know on TikTok where they all come out and they're making up these dances to it now, like Lizzo,
I only came across Lizzo there recently, like.
Oh yeah, Lizzo.
She was eating a spice bag or something, or she was doing a gig in Dublin, and she was like, she was looking for a spice bag. She'd heard about a spice. Have you ever had a spice bag?
Do you know, I'm not too pushed about spice bags.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
I've had one. Am I a mad fan? Not really.
I had a 3-in-1 for the
I'm
first
more a mild curry kind of girl, you know.
You like a mild curry?
I like a mild curry because I do feel like I don't really like things too spicy.
You don't like too spicy?
I don't like
a coconut curry?
Oh, I don't like coconut.
You don't like coconut, but you like mild?
No, I don't like coconut.
You don't?
No.
You don't like coconut,
I don't like
but
anything.
you like mild? Don't tell
like
me you're
mild.
an almond.
I don't like almond.
You don't like
I don't
almond?
like it,
You
and I don't like people
coconut?
that only drink almond milk or
I
soya
don't
milk.
I don't like almond milk.
I never had almond milk, but I don't like it, and I don't like curry that's hotter when it comes out the other hole. You know, you put it in one hole.
And it comes out like a Japanese flag. Your
like-
ass.
Who was it? Johnny Cash, the Ring of Fire. I don't like it. Why do we get so dirty?
I don't know. I much prefer kind of coconut so my ring doesn't go so hot.
Who are we talking like?
I don't know.
I know what it is. It's Coronation Street, isn't
I
it?
used to love curry.
Yeah, over at Road.
Back in
For the
my
chili.
mum was into curry before anyone was into.
What?
My mum was into curry, not curry.
Curry.
Shit, we didn't really like curry much in our house.
Are you trying to say now that your mum is like the main fan of Coronation Street?
When I was growing up in the 1980s, Coronation Street.
Fado.
A long time ago in Bethlehem.
And August Barry.
Shillian, Scammel Shashbear. It's my lump.
And I remember Deirdre Barlow.
Oh, poor Deirdre. Yeah.
With the
And then
glasses
she became
and Ken
Deirdre
Barlow.
Rashid. Remember, she married your man.
Free Rashid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God help us.
That's when curry
I
was
was
in its
actually
pomp.
in Coronation Street. You know that?
I saw you in Coronation
yeah.
Street.
Well,
Not
I
you
wasn't
weren't
in
it, like.
Coronation Street. I did the
You were
the
on
tour.
Coronation
Yeah.
Street, on the cobbles.
And it was brilliant, I have to say. It was class.
Will we give the listeners a little...
Do you know what? I don't like the Coronation Street theme tune 'cause there's no words to it.
Okay.
Now, what about?
What about I'll do it, right? And you make up the words to it, okay? Here we go.
Go on, so.
And listen, I'm not going to go on. You're going to have to get the whole thing across here
What's
now.
the name of the shop in Coronation Street again?
The corner shop.
The corner. Right, go on, so. It's called Cabin, actually, but go on.
Oh,
God's sake.
That's after
My
Roy took
mum's a real curry fan. You don't even know the name of the shop.
Did I say I was a fucking
Yeah,
curry fan? Did
whatever.
I?
Come
Do you know what I
on,
mean?
sing-
She likes curry as
Sing
well,
the
but I
tune,
wouldn't
boy.
touch it.
Sing the tune, boy.
La 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 la.
Come buy your
La,
flowers
la, 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 la,
in Curry's Corner Shop.
La la la.
Norris
la.
will serve you.
La,
Oh no,
la,
he
la.
won't, for he's
Wow,
dead.
wow, wow. Who's dead?
Oh, I presume Norris is dead, is he?
Oh, Norris is long gone.
Oh, yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time.
Norris is long gone. Now, Norris was a kind of a nosy Norris.
He
Good
was.
name for him.
He was.
Do you know?
I liked him, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, every shop should have a good old
Gail
scam.
Platt.
Gail, she's still on the go, isn't she?
Poor old
Yeah.
Gail. She used to
Poor
remind
Gail.
me of my mother as well.
Does she?
I used to, because like she had their son. What was the son's name?
David.
And when David was young, he was always getting into trouble, and I used to always get into trouble. And I was
David
like,
was a pure scut. Were you a
I
scallywag?
I was a full-on scallywag until I was about 37.
A late bloomer.
And I changed my ways.
Sure,
then.
yeah. Why were you
Now
so
I'm just a
old?
scally. No, but I used to always like look at Gail Platt and David, and I was like, yeah, I'm a bit like David. But then I kind of fancied his sister then, Tina. Remember Tina?
Oh, Tina's her real name.
Yeah.
Sarah Lou.
Sarah Lou.
It's her real name,
And then
Sarah Lou.
she got pregnant when she was like 12 or something like that.
Yeah,
And
I think is she pregnant again?
Is she in real life? Is she still in it?
Oh, she's still in it. I think
Fuck
in Coronation
off.
Street.
Are
Like, I don't
David
watch
and Gail still in it?
I don't know. I don't actually watch it, but I presume they are.
Is Ken
don't
Barlow
watch it.
still in it, I wonder?
Ken Barlow. I don't know if he's still in it, but he's still on the go, isn't he?
Well, he was
Google
fucking...
that there. William Roach.
He was in... he was in it since the very start.
He
so
is, yeah.
if he's still in it, that's fair going, right? Ken?
I suppose he was like the original hunk, wasn't he? Do you remember the love triangle there with Ken and Mike and Deirdre?
He's 91 years old,
90.
lads. But is he still in it?
Is he still a looker though?
Do you know what? He's doing all right for 91. Early life career. Is he still in it? Roach is currently the world's longest serving television actor in a continuous role as of March 2018 after the 2010 cancellation of American soap opera As the World Turns, in which Don Hastings had played Bob Hewson's 1960 Without a Break. Roach's biography, The Times and Life of William Bill Roach, actor for the ages, was released to coincide his 90th birthday.
Jesus, by God, you go on a bit. Hang on a second.
Fucking hell. Like, I don't know.
Ken Roach still in Coronation Street.
Yeah, well, like, you know, I think I kind of
Actually,
categorically...
the character has been played by William Roach since long-running something. I think I got the same.
The exact same thing. Yeah,
So we
he's a
don't actually
vegetarian
know if
as
he's still in
well.
it.
Fucking brilliant. Brilliant. Myself and Kenny. We're
We have
both,
something in common there now.
that's it now. We're both brilliant on Coronation Street and we're both vegetarians.
Fair play.
And that concludes Trending Topics with
with
Cornelius
Cornelius
Patrick
O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan. See how much time we wasted there now? 26 minutes. Like, it's nearly...
Stop.
Yeah, I swear to God.
Come here, come on now. Come on now.
But that's what's great about this is like I could actually wrap this up now and people would be like, oh, that was a good enough full episode.
Oh, but don't like them.
Well, like, I know I have a few
it's very
questions,
early,
like.
Donna wants to talk.
Donna, I've got a couple of questions for you.
All right.
First question is, what's the crack like? What's the crack?
What's the crack?
like?
The crack is grand.
What's
We're
going?
we're getting there now.
Yeah. How's this year going for you?
Good. No, to be honest, the start of the year a bit iffy. Then around May, I kind of had a bit of an awakening or something because I decided there. I turned 40 in March, and I know people are going to go, oh, what's going on about being 40 again, right? I genuinely think that when I turned 40 that I was like, right, come on now, cop on to yourself, right? Because I was seriously overweight, probably a bit depressed because I was so overweight. I completely let myself go, no energy, tired, all just feeling generally shit, right? So I always remember I was, well, like what I said at the start, I used to be going into bed and you're scrolling through Instagram, scrolling through TikTok, and I came across a TikTok page, right, and it was Edgar Kirby. So he's up in Waterford and he had lost ferocious weight, like 100 pounds, and I was going, oh my God, isn't that brilliant? Like, and I started going through his videos, and he's actually very, very funny as well. And so, you know, I did a little bit of stalking, you know, and went through, so figured out where he was going, and I said, you know what now? It's up in Dungarvan. I said, Dungarvan for me, it's actually easier for me to get to Dungarvan than what it is to go to Cork. So I said, you know what, I'll drop your man a message. You know when you're starting a new plan or something, you're like, oh fuck it, going up in the scales now in front of someone, you're mortified. But I said to myself, well, if you don't do it now, because I was finding it, I didn't give a shite about anything. I wasn't going for walks. I was doing nothing for myself, basically.
What were you eating?
Shit. Anything at all. Like crap,
like shit from like all day long, like?
No, like I probably wouldn't be having a breakfast, which they say you should be having your breakfast. Sandwiches were convenience food, you know, picking up shitty sandwiches and a bag of crisps or something like that. But at night time was my problem. Like I probably am an emotional eater as well, so I was eating all the wrong shit. Like, you know, like I'm telling you, and I'm not joking. Like, don't the share bags of crisps?
Yeah.
Quite easily, I'd put them away for you. Like,
oh,
and you
we'd
don't
have a
even
share bag
realise
each.
you're doing it. Like, do you know what I mean? You're just sitting watching telly. You don't even realise you're doing it. So that's kind of why I suppose I kind of go to bed earlier now as well.
Do you drink?
I actually don't drink, no.
Don't you?
No. I used to drink before, and even my husband will tell you, Smirnoff Ice, he calls it bitch in a bottle, because I'm like, I'll fight you. And that was like when I was like 20. No, I don't drink. To be honest with you, I never kind of enjoyed drinking. Like, I did it all through my 20s and all that, you know, like we all did, like.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think when we got married, I think when I was 27, then we were trying to buy a house and all, so we were trying to save and get a mortgage and blah, blah, and I was like, you know what? I think I was always old before my time.
Yeah.
Like I got my party and all that out of the way when I was, you know, late teens into my early 20s, and then I literally am an old woman's arse. I'm like, I'd much prefer to be sitting in watching Coronation Street.
Munching pack of Unky
You know, getting a Chinese takeaway for two. And I
Make sure it's not coconut or almond.
Mal curry only.
Mal curry. Korma. We want a korma over here.
Yeah, but
for Lorna. Korma.
Totally eating all the wrong stuff. Having like a party in the evenings where I was just eating shit, and then I think when you're putting so much shit into your body that you just have no energy.
Yeah, you don't.
You give up. I couldn't. I'm like, oh, for God's sake, you get into the habit of doing the same thing every day, just getting up, going to work.
Well, it's the comfort of it, isn't it? They call it comfort eating for the reason that it is. Like, you're at home, you feel you've worked hard all day, yourself and Terry are lounging out, Charlie's asleep upstairs, this is your time together, come on, let's get something nice, we deserve it, even though it's Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
In February.
Yeah. And
do you know what I mean?
Like, spending 30-40 euro, not about there.
Been there. Like. Still there. Still, like, I have to say, I am trying. I'm definitely more successful this year than I was last year, and last year than I was this year. But I'm still carrying too much weight.
I think it's well, right? If you stop to think about it, right? Since 2020, really, the whole fucking pandemic and things like that really did have an effect on people. Definitely had an effect on me, because like
people lost the run of themselves because you didn't have to be. You could be going around in your fucking sweatpants all day long and like not meeting anyone. So the only joy was eating.
It's only now as well that we're looking back and going, Jesus Christ, like what we actually lived through. A bloody pandemic, people telling you can't go past 2 kilometres outside your house. That's not normal, like, at all. And then
psychologically it fucked up a lot of people as well, And
I always remember, I said this as well, you know, Charlie is autistic, my son, and I went for the initial thing. I brought him to my GP in February 2020 with concerns and all that, and then the arse fell out of the world then in March 2020, so everything was dragged out, and through that from 2020 to now is when everything kind of happened, where you kind of go, oh fuck, do you know what I mean? And just the pandemic then on top of it all, just to you know. Yeah,
that's hard. That's hard, Lorna. And I tell you, it brings me on nicely to my next question, which is autism.
Yeah.
Our children have a touch of it.
Just a touch.
Just a touch. Don't mind him. He's just got a touch of autism.
A touch.
A touch of it. Well, you see, we were talking before this came on. Like both you and I have little boys around the same age who are on the spectrum. I think that's the technically correct way of saying it, isn't it? I'm not really sure how to say it, Lorna.
See, this is one thing that.
Tell me what I must say.
Always, I can't tell you what to say because I'm very careful when I'm talking about it now, because, you know, you think you're doing good, and you think, you know, when Charlie was diagnosed, I hadn't a clue about it. I didn't know anyone, that any child, any autistic kids or anything like that, I didn't know. And so I went online, said it on Instagram, you know, whatever, set up the Autism Buddy Club, that was grand. 99% of that has all been positive, right? And you could have 1,000 lovely comments and there'll be 1 or 2 that will sting you. And I don't know how many times I've gotten messages from, and even now saying this, like I'm trying to be careful what I'm saying, right? But they call themselves autism advocates, and they will come on and just knock you down. Just say you're using the wrong term. You shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be saying this. Instead of taking a step back and going, okay, this woman here now, her son has just been diagnosed. I know I should be saying my child is autistic, but I was saying Charlie has autism. That was a learning curve. You have to make allowances for people as well.
I remember talking to you. I remember talking to you back in the day because, like, you know, it was around the same time that Harvey got diagnosed, give or take 6 or 7 months or something like that, which is like nothing in long. Yeah. You know, and I remember the two of us kind of going, the language is so difficult around autism, and like at the end of the day, the way I look at it is, I've got a son who is or has autism. Right, he's got Asperger's, he's got learning difficulties, he's got social difficulties, he has lifelong difficulties that he's going to need help with till the day he dies. Yeah. I don't know what to call it or what is the right thing or the wrong thing to do it, but like, fuck off from me.
Exactly, thank you.
Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
Fuck off from me and let me just love my kid and try and help him. And if I get the language a little bit wrong, do you genuinely think I'm trying to fucking... you know, like upset people, because it is a spectrum, and there's like, you know, like, do you know what really annoys me is when people come up and I'll say, oh yeah, Harvey's got autism, they'll say, Sure, he's grand.
And
He's grand.
You'd never know to look at him.
And
That's
I'm like,
what
you're
annoys
the
me,
fucking clue girl.
Yeah.
Or fella or whatever,
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? So, and it's...
But then sometimes then I go, do you know what? I look at people like that and I go, they're me a couple of years back because
True.
I knew nothing. So I wouldn't judge anyone for that just because I think people don't
No, you're
want to
right.
say and stuff like that. It was me 3-4 years ago.
You are so right, because that used to really irk me, and then I had that realization not that long ago, going, sure, people don't know, like,
Yeah.
and that's why don't give a fuck about the language, like, do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like as
No,
long
I
as the
know.
intent is
And
right.
The thing is, I'm learning every day about this. Like,
You're flat
at
out
the
on-
start, like, you know, when your child is diagnosed first and you're told, oh, he'll need speech therapy, he'll need occupational therapy, he'll need this, he'll need this, he'll need this, and you go into panic mode and you start going, Jesus, I need to get speech therapy now every single week.
Yeah.
Every week, 52 weeks of the year, right? I need to get occupational therapy, blah, blah. And then after a while, I'm a couple of years into it now, and I'm going, is this... I gotta be careful now what I'm saying, right? But I'm kind of going,
Is this a money racket?
is it a bit of a money racket? A bit of scaremongering, to be honest
Yeah.
with you? Because I did speech therapy full on for a year, right? And there was a bit of a difference, right? I wouldn't say there was a massive difference. But they're doing exactly what I'm doing. And I always say it. The first speech therapist that we went to with Charlie was down in Mallow, actually. And
Oh yeah, you didn't call up and say hi at all, did you?
well,
Oh, yeah.
I actually don't think I knew where your house was. That's
Oh,
fine,
yeah,
like,
you didn't
it's
bother
before
looking it up,
podcast.
did you?
Yeah, whatever. Like, oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Are you
right.
in the Golden Pages?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, actually I am.
Oh yeah.
No.
Right. Well, this is before there was even Google Maps. Like.
You didn't even know me and you didn't call out, like. Is that your excuse? I didn't know who you were, so I didn't call out. All right, go on. You were in Mallow having the time of your life. Go on.
Yeah, look, getting all ticked on now. But anyway, right. So we were doing in Evolved Therapy in Mallow, and she was fantastic. First speech therapy. We'd never been to speech therapy before. We hadn't a clue what to expect. We went in. That girl got down on her hands and knees playing with Charlie, and she was... Oh, I can't sing her praises enough. She was amazing. This is before we even got the diagnosis for him. And she recommended where to go for the assessment, because we had to go private, obviously, because, you know, the country's a joke. She couldn't do enough for us. She helped us. She told us about things like the CNOs for the school, stuff that I hadn't a clue about. And it's information overload for parents. And I was panicking, like, but she was brilliant. And she said to me, you know, that speech therapist, she goes, you could sign up to do a course, the Hannon More Than Words course, right? You'd be put on a waiting list publicly, and to do it privately is €700, right? Now, €700 is a lot of money if you don't have it, and
when
you're spending.
when you're a parent to a child, though,
you're a
you'll be
parent,
like,
yeah.
you're just
Oh,
going to
you're
go.
just going to get it, like.
And
yeah.
like we were talking about money there, like where'd you go? That's the holiday fund that year.
That's the holiday fund.
And
yeah.
you're taking that out, and then you're not having any holiday. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Like your child's language development is far more important than any holiday I'll go on,
Yeah.
right? But at the end of the day, you have to go on holidays. You have to live your
Oh, you
life.
have to, yeah.
If you don't do that, it's going to suffer. There's going to be an imbalance
Yeah.
somewhere else. And right at the start, you were like, because this country's a joke, and that's the fucking problem.
It is, yeah.
That's the actual problem. It's like autism is around forever. Do you know what I mean?
It's around forever, yeah. But like lately, I find in the last 10 years, it's really, you know, there's more. It's not that there's more and more of it, but are we becoming more aware of it?
I think we are.
Yeah,
I think
I
there's
think
more
that's what it
diagnosed.
is.
Like
Yeah.
in the 80s, like there was definitely, I don't know, maybe I might have a touch of it. I'm not really sure, because I am definitely weird. Do you know what I mean?
Do you wonder that actually?
I actually do. I
Yeah.
do. And I wouldn't mind getting some sort. I've often toyed with the idea of getting.
Again, and what's stopping you? Because we're too tight to pay it on ourselves.
Because I don't have don't have the spare cash.
Yeah.
Like if it was going to be €700 or €800 to get diagnosed now, Lorna,
And it would be, yeah.
like I'm an existing human. I've developed through this world to be the way I am anyway.
Yeah.
And like if I am, I am, and if I'm not, I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't really mind. But like it would be nice to be able to go into a doctor's and go, look, can I get tested for this? I asked the doctor. He gave me like email addresses is what he gave me. Email this crowd, you know. And I was like, okay, no, I'm autistic. I can't email.
Stop! No, that's not funny. Oh, I know.
But it's like I can't deal with lists like Noel. Like there's things that I can't deal with. I
Yeah.
absolutely
I know.
like I got a new phone there recently, Lorna. I swear to God, it was like open heart surgery for me to try and fucking transfer my stuff from one phone to the other. I had to go. I said, please, no, I'll just do that. And I went took Baxter for a walk, came back an hour and a half later, she had it all done perfectly. I'd still be trying to download Google. Right? I'm just not able for certain things. And I see that with Harvey sometimes. He's not able in this world for certain things in a traditional way of doing it. We get there by going around or going up or going under. You know the crack, But
I think as parents, you could be told, do the speech therapy, do the occupational therapy, blah, 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 blah. And when you're diagnosed first, you're so scared that you do all that, and you're doing it just because you were told to it. And you keep doing it, and you could be doing it for a year and a year and a year. And then I took a break. I stopped, right? Well, I did not by choice, because she left. Like that wasn't fair play to her and all, but boo-hoo on me, right? So she left, but she told me to buy the book, the Hannah More Than Words book. Bear in mind now, to do the course privately is €700. The book is €65, right? She said, buy the book, read the book, and start practicing it yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I am telling you, that book that I did myself and my husband, my husband paid and he did the course privately, right? Then I got on it publicly. But it's such simple things that speech therapists are doing all the time that you can do yourself at home. And obviously, I'm not saying don't go to speech therapy. Of course you need to go to speech therapy or occupational therapy. But just bear in mind, there's a lot of things that you can learn yourself. Like, I'm blue in the face from doing online courses and trying to learn. Like, when Charlie was diagnosed
fair
first,
fucking play, yeah. And Noel's the same. Like, I
because I have to understand it.
Yeah.
I need to understand it because I want to know what he's going through, you know. And I remember, and one thing that stuck with me was on one of the courses, you know, like they can be so sensitive to sound and things like that. And they played a video of what a neurotypical person would hear walking down the street, right? So the video was person walking down the street, someone hits the traffic light to cross the road, you know, and you know the bip, 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 and you'd hear cars passing and everything, but like we wouldn't take notice of that. But for an autistic person walking down, they're hearing the bip, 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 they're hearing it louder, they're hearing the sounds of cars, they're hearing trucks passing, it's such, when you hear it like that, you go, my God, is that what my child is hearing?
Yeah.
Like,
there's no wonder they're going through the fucking world scared out of their fucking mind.
And I know with Charlie as well, like our house, I always said our house is like, even for me, my home and your home, anyone's home, is like your safe place, do you know what I mean? Whereas if people come down to my house, he's fine if there's like 2, maybe 3 people. But if there's more than that, I can see him, he'll retreat into himself, or he'll run out to the stairs or something. He won't be giving out or anything, but he just likes his bit of space.
Harv will say to us, he'll just go, I need my quiet time now.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, all right, off you go there. Go
Yeah.
on. And he'll go up to our bed, bring up his iPad, and he'll listen to a book. Like, he'll listen to Diary of a Wimpy Kid or something like that. And he'll just be listening to it. And he'll be just staring. Sometimes I'd be talking to him, and he'll be staring off. And I'll be like, Harv. And like, we're in the same room, and 5 feet away from him, and I'm calling, and he's just not in the same room. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then, do you know the way I look at it? I don't worry anymore what people think.
No, you
right?
can't.
I don't give a shit. Yeah. And I mean this, if I see, like, now to be fair, Charlie doesn't, well, I don't know if Charlie like has these, you know, meltdowns, or are we just so in tune with him that we know not to have him in a situation where he's going to have a meltdown or something like that. But if it ever came to the situation where he was, and if I saw someone giving looks or anything, and I mean this, it would be God help whoever's giving my child looks. Like,
you'd have a couple of Smirnoff Ice first, though.
Listen, I'll take you on, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think in this day and age, people need to be more understanding. You can't be going, so I know someone in a supermarket that went up to a child and said, you're very bold. I would be dug out of him. Absolutely dug out of him. Like, you can't do that in this day and age. You just can't.
No, it's a different world now. But like, I will say this though, right? Like, maybe it's more prevalent now than it was. I think it probably was always around. It just wasn't diagnosed. But we do live in a world now where it's a lot easier for an autistic child to be understood. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than it was when I was growing up, for example, and certainly when my parents were growing up, you know, like that there's things in place for them now. Like, I mean, I know you had issues with the Panto in Cork, right? But like, at least they're fucking trying.
They are trying, and you know, all these autism friendly
and like
shopping
they
are trying, but they need to make huge improvements too. They do. I mean, this stupid thing of 6:30 to 8:30 on a Tuesday. Do you know, when most kids are going to bed at 7 o'clock.
They're only trying to get rid of all their stale fucking produce as well. Like,
don't be giving us your fucking reduced shitty steak.
Do you know what I mean?
I like fillet steak. All right, now can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's not the point. I'll take
make it more
the beef medallion.
Make it more affordable for the autistic parents. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Thank you. But I do wonder though sometimes, and I've actually had someone say to me, you know, that an autistic person had said to me, you know, I genuinely think you're autistic as well, and that you mask heavily.
You
and stuff, yeah. They've said to me, and at first I was like, bloody cheek. Then I was like, she's probably right, like.
But we don't know. We don't know.
And the thing is, like
I'm
not spending 800
I
euro
am
on
not
myself.
No, I've developed whatever coping mechanisms I have. I think everyone's fucked anyway, Lorna. To be honest, I think I think everyone is fucking masking something. But anyway,
and you know what? Stay in your own lane. Do what works for you. Whatever makes you happy. Stay in your own lane. And I'm at the age now, right? Turn 40s. I'm like, do you know what? Up yours.
That brings me nicely to my next question / thought experiment. Life begins at 40.
Life begins at 40? Question mark.
You turned 40.
I turned 40.
You had this. You went on a diet. You're looking great.
I went on a diet.
You had mild depression, or so you said.
Yeah. I think.
Why do you think life? Do you think life begins at 40?
I don't know if life begins at 40, and I can't speak for every 40-year-old, right? But I'm just saying, for me, I'm trying. I don't know if it's life begins, but I'm trying to change my ways. I suppose.
Kickstart it.
Like, yeah.
Well, I was googling before you came in, right? People who never made anything, we'll say, of themselves until after they were 40.
Oh, so you're basically saying so that I've made nothing of myself, and you're trying to put me back into a depression.
Well,
I'm also.
Is that what you're saying? Are you trying to say that I'm like a piece of shit on your shoe?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
I'll fight you. I'll pull your beard.
That is exactly what I'm saying. No, but because I was like, because we were talking about this on the WhatsApp and stuff like that, and it'll fit into the next part of the question in a minute. But like, I do think that there's a lot of people out there, and I don't blame them, because life is fucking hard, who are stuck in a rut, and are afraid to make even a small change to try and get out of that rut, you know? Yeah. And like Abraham Lincoln, Samuel L. Jackson, Henry Ford, Vera Wang, never heard of her, but I was like...
Fabulous perfume.
Beautiful perfume. I have it on, actually.
Have you?
I do, Vera Wang.
Have you Vera Wang on you?
Yeah, I call her Vera Wonker.
Vera Wang.
Vera Wonker.
But the one that really interested me was Lucille Ball. Do you remember Lucille Ball?
Vaguely. I didn't know her personally. Like.
She was a comedian way back in the 1930s, and she had a TV show that was kind of like Friends called I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
And she was 40. Like, she was like all her life being told that she wasn't able, or she wasn't good enough, or whatever, and then she kind of got into a rut. But she got that when she got that big break when she was 40 years old. And I was thinking about it. I was like, you know, we're so fucking caught in society by what we think other people think, and there's no rules. There's actually no fucking rules. If you said to me now, do you know what, I want to be a guard,
I'd never say that to you.
I know, yeah. That's why I was looking for something far-fetched. I want to be, or whatever. Do you know, I want to be a lifeguard, or I want to be a fucking marine biologist.
I'd be terrified because I can't swim.
You can't, but you could just kind of go around to the beaches and...
Yeah, well, no, listen, I don't like getting the legs out now, like...
Right, okay, I'm going to have to... Okay, so what, like, like a newsreader, would you like
I'd actually like to be a newsreader,
All right. Yeah. I want to be... Like, you literally can find the path to do it, and there's... This is what I think out there, and everyone's different, but like, you don't have to be a fucking stand-up comedian or a newsreader or a lifeguard, but you can take control of your fucking life and live it a little bit.
I think it's the fear as well of like going, oh God, do you know, all the ones doing this now, they're all young. Take for example, right, Instagram, to be an influencer or whatever. You think they're like, oh, the 20-odd-year-olds doing the makeup and all this, and then you've the likes of this lump coming on here after turning 40 being like, hello, I'm Carrie Barnett. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but there's hundreds of thousands of millions of people that are between 40 and 60 that identify with us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It is like, if you're using Instagram as an example, like Instagram is a petri dish for fucking life. There's like, you have your young influencers, you have your sports stars, you have your actors, you have your fucking comedians, you have your musicians, whatever. But like at the end of the day, like your content, for example, on Instagram and Facebook, it's hilarious content about being a mom. You know,
But see, that's
celebrating
the thing, like,
your
all these
life.
people watching Instagram, we're all really the same. We're all
We're all the
just,
same.
you know, parents, adults trying to get through life. Like it's we all have the same thing in common. Do you know what I mean? And people go on Instagram for a bit of a break from reality, but people also go on Instagram just like what I was saying there when Charlie was diagnosed. You kind of go, oh my God, is there anyone here? And what's your first thing you'll do? You'll either Google something or you'll go on Instagram to see if there's anyone normal that has gone through it as well that you can relate to. But I find, as I was saying, since turning 40, I'm trying to be a bit more positive. I'm trying to put myself out there a bit more. I'm trying to say yes to more things because, as well, I probably have crippling social anxiety. Like I've said this to you before, people have said to me before, you know, would you ever do a show or something like that? I'd soil myself up on the stage, you know what I mean? Because I'm just so... I mean,
that's
so nervy,
you'd sell
like.
tickets to that as well. Like if you were like,
Do you know what?
Lorna's
There's
going to
a
soil
niche for
herself on the
everything.
everyman
Yeah.
there.
Lorzy poos her pants.
Lorzy poos.
Lorzy poos. That's it, full stop, Lorzy
Just
poos.
do an OnlyFans where you just do like a shite into a nappy.
Do you know what?
There
I'm
you go.
telling Listen, there's a market for everything.
I often thought I'd love to open up an OnlyFans, pretend I'm an old doll, and just put up pictures of my feet. Like, is there people doing that?
Listen, I'm telling you, right?
Is there people doing that?
There probably is.
And they're men, like.
There's scabby knees and elbows. I always said knees and elbows. Feet would be a massive market now, so you know.
Knees and elbows. What?
Elbows, yeah. Like I'm telling you.
If I put up
Right,
my
people
elbow,
put
I have a fucking.
Listen, there's a
I
load
have a handsome elbow. Look at that elbow.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Right? Not to mind them who've a bit of dry skin or anything on that. I say people.
Oh my God.
Like feet. Everyone's doing
Everyone's
feet.
doing
Do you know
feet,
what I
yeah.
mean? Like,
What about the back of your knee?
oh Jesus, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
just fucking put up sexy
That's a
pictures
good
of the
one.
back of my knee.
Or just your earlobe.
Mm.
You could have one day you might have an earring.
Well, I have two
the other day
earlobes.
you
I
might
could have
not.
two
You could have
OnlyFans. Two OnlyFans accounts. One
There
for
you
my
go.
left, one for my
Listen,
right.
there's a market.
What does
And he holds the goal. Nostrils. Nostrils.
for every nostril you get 2 weeks with the right earlobe as well. What does comedy? What does it mean to you? So you're like, for anyone listening, right? Lorzy Lovey is your handle on Instagram and Facebook. Hundreds of thousands of followers, millions and millions and millions of views on your content. Well, you've millions and millions, like
millions, yeah. Like.
Yeah.
Listen.
And millions.
All right. Like.
You have
I've a couple.
you know, you're like that snowman video you did is fucking millions by itself. Not to mention all the times it was copied. Like,
Yeah.
So like you're kind of what we would call, like, I'm a stand-up comedian, right? We would call you in the trade. We would call you an internet comedian. You know, but I want to know, what do you like? What does comedy mean to you?
Like growing up, I suppose I wasn't into comedy. You know what I mean? These videos came purely by fluke. I didn't plan on this. I was literally, true story, when I did the Slimming World video, I was in Slimming World. And I genuinely did. I went on holidays and I came home and I was after putting on 8 pounds and I really enjoyed standing up in scales. And your one actually did at the table. You know, they're sitting at the table with their laptop and she goes, and she kind of does it quietly, you know, so that the women in the queue won't hear. They go, oh, geez, Lorna, you're up 8 pounds. And I go, oh my God. And then she goes, did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time at holidays? And you're trying not to cry and you're like, and I remember coming home next morning. How the fuck could you be up to 8 pounds? Like, Jesus Christ. And I came home, and I think my husband was at work or whatever, so and I was at home and I was on my own, and I literally just picked up the phone, and I just did a video like, oh, I put up 8 pounds, blah, 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 and I posted it on my own personal Facebook page, and I think, I'll always remember, it got 700 views. I'm sure I only had 120 friends, like, so
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, this is amazing and famous, right?
Tom Cruise?
Listen, here I am now. So then I made the Facebook page for Lorzy Lovey, and overnight it went bonkers. Like literally within 2 days, I think there was 250,000 views. Like it was mad. But see, that's the power of the fatties, because we're all in Slimming World. Do you know what I mean? So Slimming World have all these groups, sending private groups. So it was shared and shared. And shared.
Yeah.
but I can't write scripts and follow scripts or anything like that. Like every video.
Well, you can't because you haven't tried.
Yeah.
Like, because I definitely think that, like, from watching your content, watching your stories and stuff like that, like, you're funny. You're very funny, really funny. And the question I was asking is, what does comedy mean to you? So, like, is it like just kind of, is it was it something you originally did just to kind of pass time, but did it develop into anything? Have you any ambition for it?
Like, I enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy making the videos, and in the long run, see, I'd love to be able to make something of it. Now, what that is, I don't know. I'd love to, if I could. My problem is I have no confidence. I don't have the confidence to stand up on stage, and that's something that I have to work on that. Like, I have to try and get the confidence to do that. So hopefully in the future I might be able to do it. Yeah. But I do enjoy it. I enjoy making these videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's fun.
They come naturally to me. Even I'm out for a walk there and you know, I put up the phone. I don't have any fancy equipment right now. I don't have the fancy cameras or ring lights or any of that. Like, I do have one little ring light. Not that little, actually, special offer. but that's all I have. Do you know what I mean? But I would love to make something of it, because I think, like, I have this following on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm kind of not doing anything with it. Well,
this is the thing, Lorna, because, like, this is what I was saying to you. Like, you know, you're saying to me now, you're kind of at 40, you're trying to take the chances. Like, I know from being in comedy for years, and I've seen people with online followings develop their following on stage and stuff like that. You have what most people really need, and that's a following.
Yeah,
it's so hard to get a following. Like, and I mean, it's kind of, I won't say it's up to you, because, like, that's kind of silly. I personally think you're funny. I think you're funny. I think you definitely can translate it onto the stage as well. Yeah. But it's like, it isn't easy. Like, I mean, you're talking about that anxiety there. I fucking get that. Like, I was doing a gig, right? I swear to God, now, this is a true story. I was doing a gig on Tuesday night above in Dublin in Kilmainham, right? And Ardal O'Hanlon was on the gig. Do you know Dougal, right? Yeah. And we were in the green room before, and the show was going on, right? I was on first, he was on second, and then Pat McDonald, the fella, goes, I have a small Mickey. And he did, you know, the fella that's on Father Ted. I have no Mickey. He was the fella that was on last, right? So it was a bit...
And Duzzy, did you check?
Well, I'll tell you what, now, it was more than a mouthful. But Ardal was, I'd never met him before, right? Yeah. And like, I was a little bit apprehensive, because I was going up first, the room was full, these are fucking comedy legends, never leaves you, right? And I was kind of pacing, and he was pacing beside me, right? And I was just like fucking rubbing, my hands were sweaty, right? And I was rubbing my pants, and he just looked at me and goes, it never leaves us. And I just think that, I thought to myself, like, this guy is on the most successful sitcom Ireland has ever produced. He's a multi-millionaire. He's been on movies. Yeah. He's recognised. And here he is in a green room, right? Right next to the ladies and the men. The men's a real shitty green room. Brilliant for comedy, like. Yeah. And he's there just going, it never leaves us, never leaves us. Like, the anxiety. Yeah. And I think it is a thing that does stop people. But, like, I feel that if...
I think the more you do it, though, you'd probably get over it. If you did it once,
it does get easier.
It would get easier, yeah.
It does get easier, but it's for some people it never gets easier. Yeah. Like, PJ Gallagher can't do live stand-up anymore. He's just, the nerves get them too much, you know. But for most people, practice gets rid of that, and rehearsal and having your stuff ready. But, like, I don't know. I wish you the best of luck now. I really hope that you do.
Thank you.
And if you do need any help, I've said to you as well, I am the person to help you out.
Mucho gracias.
Be able to put you in the right directions and all that kind of stuff.
I'm trying, all right. Like, you know, we have the Instagram, the Facebook. I also have a podcast now. I'm not going to
shout out your podcast, please do.
Oh, I was going to.
Yeah. Please do.
So our podcast is myself and Audrey. Audrey Fitzhagen. We have Ola Bonjour Konnichiwa, the podcast. Again, that was something, I think, when did I start that? Last year, and I tried to do it myself. It's so hard to do, like, as you know, like with your podcast, it's so hard to do a podcast by yourself because you're talking, there's no one answering you back. You're like, am I talking shite? Here, is anyone listening? Like, so we got Audrey on board there as well now, and I mean, we're working at it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not a number one podcast or anything like that, but we're going to put the work into it, and we're enjoying it. That's the main thing. Myself and Audrey have kind of made a pact as well, where we're trying to, like that. Try to say yes to more things. Try and put yourself out there a small bit, because.
Would you do a live podcast now? Like, because I do podcast night now in the in the Cork Club on Wednesday nights, right? And it's a monthly thing. I might talk to you about this, like get a live podcast, and you come down and do a live podcast.
I'll put you in touch with my agent.
Yeah.
Audrey. I don't have an agent.
And we might be able to sort that out, because that's very easily done, and that's a good way of getting you up on stage and stuff like that.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that until just now, so that's great. And exactly, and it'd be it's something that you could sell and monetize straight away. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not even about that. It's just.
But you see, I think it is.
It's trying to get yourself out there a bit, like, more, because you know what, I'm going. Sometimes and they're going, what am I doing? What am I doing putting up all these videos and stuff? Like, if you're not going to try and do anything about it, like.
And that's why.
And that's the brutal honesty of it. I'd love to make something of it, but I do need to work on getting the confidence to do it, because that is my main problem.
And like, it's not all about the money. Definitely not all about the money. It's all like, if you enjoy it, and the art and the fun and the thrill of creating something, and for it being well received, like the endorphins you get when something goes well online is brilliant. But at the end of the day, you're right. Like, you're 40, you're married, you got a child, you got a mortgage.
And don't get me wrong, if I could make money off it,
you can.
I'm going to be totally honest. Of course, I would love to give up the day job and to be at home with my child, because at the end of the day, if I'm being honest, that's all I want. I want to be at home with my child. I don't want to miss my child's childhood. You know what I mean? I'd love to be at home. If I thought I could make a living,
now's the time. I'm telling you.
I'm not getting any younger.
Do you know what I mean? What I mean by that is, now's the time to start, and like, all it is just having goals and working towards those goals every single week.
And they're things that I genuinely enjoy. I enjoy doing the podcast. I enjoy doing the videos and stuff like that. Not sure if I'd enjoy getting up on the stage, like, but sure, I haven't tried.
But you know what? You mightn't enjoy it, or you might go, ooh, that was very scary. I enjoyed the laughs. I think I could go better. And like, you know, what I would say about in relation to something like that is, give yourself maybe 3 months and a little target at the end of it of what you want to achieve. And then, because that's a proper way of experimenting with it. Because I see some people, they come in, they'll do a gig, and they'll never come back again, and they'll be like, oh, it didn't work for me. People didn't laugh or whatever. Yeah. Or they might have only got a few laughs. But like, I genuinely think you're very funny. I really do. And I think you're funny too. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And I think that if you did want to do something like that the fucking, you know, the world is like, you've got what most people need, which is a fan base. That's the big thing. And I'm not saying you need to monetize your fan base. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if you have a fan base, like, for example, I was talking about a podcast that I put on in the Cork Podcast Festival there during the thing. 2 girls, Left on Red. They put on their podcast, and it sold out. 1,000 people came to see them.
That's unreal.
But they were all their fans. They could have been up there opening packets of potatoes and just eating them. Their fans were just delighted to be in the room with them and to experience them. And it's like that, you've got fans as well. So now, before we go, guys, if you're enjoying this podcast, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. If you want to support me, you can join the Patreon, which is great. If you really want to support me and you want to come and see me live, I am in the Everyman Theatre on January the 27th.
Whoop whoop! That is big news. Big news.
Big news. It's been launched now since last week, but every week I'm going to be talking about it on the podcast.
Because that is actually something that you should be very proud of. That is huge. That's so well done. That's brilliant.
Thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
I'll be there. I'm going to make a banner, and I'm going to be in the front row.
I would love if there was a few people with banners there. You know.
Listen, when's it on? January
the 27th.
Making it.
Tickets are on sale now on my website, which is corneliuspatrickosullivan.com, or you can get them at the Everyman Theatre. And a show's called Bird in the Hand, and it's a show about. Do you know what it's a show?
What's it called? A Lad in the Hand.
A Lad in the Hand is the show that I'm doing next year.
That's his OnlyFans. You can sign up now.
Yeah, at back of my knee. So I talk about fatherhood, marriage, autism, in-laws, outlaws, cannabis, and just kind of middle age as well. It's about midlife crisis is what it's about. Would you believe? So I would love to see you there. I genuinely would. And if you come along, shout out the podcast, say you're listening, hang around afterwards. We'll have a few drinks. We'll have a laugh. We'll have a...
Try and book the front row, lads, because I'm looking for people to hold up the banner with me.
We need people to hold the banner.
What if I make a banner like the length of the front row?
Well, you see, people then behind you mightn't be able to see, but
Fuck them, they should have bought their tickets earlier and been in the front row.
Exactly, once the tickets are bought, they're bought. Thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
It was great to have you on again. It's too long, we must do it again.
Absolutely.
Sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Okay, good night.
Time to say goodbye.
This is the Italian part, isn't it? You know we belong together. Come on, now, 'cause it's turned into a karaoke session.
Stay in by the wall, everybody. Good night and God
Mind
bless.
the buses. Bye now. Take care.